be prepared, okay? Here's what happened in our story that kind of led to the process of these two different groups. What Brashear said, or what the book was stating, was that most important decisions are made before the teams ever were even close to going to the mountain. Okay? So in other words, in our personal lives, most of these major decisions that we're talking about in step 1 to protect us need to be made way before the event even happens. See, what happened was Brashear, as he was thinking about the climb, he brought enough oxygen containers for more than one summit. That was his first smart move, just in case something happened. But he also brought enough to stay on the mountain for an extra 3 weeks. Okay? After deciding, now here's the interesting part. After deciding, when all this was happening with the other group, he basically offered all of his help, because remember, he had all of his equipment higher up the mountain. So even after all of this chaos, them going up, them coming down, this other group being stranded, him trying to help in the rescue, letting them use his reserves that he had up there, he still had enough oxygen, he still had enough containers to get up the mountain, film the project, come down safely, okay? On the flip side, here's what happened. Team Hall and Fisher only brought enough to make one summit. Now, why an experienced climber would do that, I don't know, okay? But they also didn't bring any to stay on the mountain in case something happened. So here's what happened. By them doing that, by not thinking that through, by not being set up, they put themselves in, they kind of forced themselves into the proverbial rock in a hard spot, right? They got all these people that paid for this trip. They're the experts. Everything looks good. Hey, well, it's okay, we're short on canisters. Let's quickly go and let's get some people up to the top, right? Because they were getting paid. So because of their lack of planning, it put them in a hard spot where it now made the bad decision easier to make. Okay, does that make sense? All right. Now, let's try to tie this. I'm sorry. Here was the other thing. Here was Hall and Fisher's thought process on that. I'm sorry. Well, actually, I'm going to come back to this later on. But here's the point. We need to think through this because, again, these are some powerful things that we can think through in our lives. In what areas of our life do we need to plan ahead and have reserves just in case something happens? Okay, now, obviously, the easy one is financially, right? Now, there's all kinds of studies that people, if they lost their job, you know, they could live, they could survive, or they'd be in bankruptcy in 1 month, right? If your income stopped coming in, how long would you be able to live? There's a gentleman out there, he said, the definition of wealth is how far can you live forward, right? So if everybody here, your income stopped, how far can you live forward? How many people wouldn't make it home? Right? There's many moments in time in my life I was in that position. I'm like, it'd be bad news, partner, right? But seriously, we need to start thinking through some of this stuff because how many people realize life is going to happen? I mean, we're here in Michigan. How many people ever saw what was going to happen to Michigan? Nobody. Right? And we thought everything was going great. Houses are doubling, right? Everybody just keeps refinancing their house. My house is going to keep going up, right? I mean, everybody was doing that. Everybody was buying rental properties like crazy. Nobody really looked forward enough to see that, hey, there was some real danger out there. I better start preparing. So financial is an easy one. Maybe you're running a company or you're running a business. Supplies, right? How about the supplies for your company? Customer service, training tools. You know, all these things that will affect us moving forward or us helping us get ahead. We need to make sure we at least put some thought process into it. What if, right? Not the paranoid, not the fearful what if, just the productive paranoia what if.